What's up, guys? Kyle here with No Tie Required, coming back at you with another Amazon FBA related video. We get a lot of requests for these type of videos, so look, hey, we're all about the people. We're all about you guys making sure that we give you whatever it is that you want, and people have been asking about product research, okay? And guys, there's a million ways out there to do product research. We're going to cover something that I don't know that I've really seen anybody else talking about this online. You guys know us. We love, giving you guys the different approaches to things, okay? I think that's the best way to put it. We're not cookie cutter. We don't do what every other guru out there's teaching and all that type of stuff. We want to blaze our own trail. We want to go after, methods and techniques that are really truly going to help you guys. And we believe that doing things differently will help you achieve different success. It will help you find different products than everybody else is finding, okay? So it's going to give you new ways, new perspectives of looking at things, okay? So before we jump into this video, because this is going to be a really good one, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And I know I say that every single time, reminding you guys of that. I know I tell you every video is good, but we truly do believe that, okay? We've seen these methods work time and time again. I've used these type of methods with my, my own stuff, with people that I help with their Amazon businesses. I mean, and it's tried and true. This type of stuff works, everything that we talk about. So, guys, if you like what you're seeing, subscribe to the channel. You're going to love where we're going with all this. Share it with a friend. Throw us a thumbs up. Don't throw us a thumbs up. Smash that like button. That's what we're doing. Get hyped up for this video, all right? And without further ado, let's jump into my screen and we're going to get talking about it. All right, perfect, guys. So we have my my Microsoft Word pulled up with a blank document. You're probably wondering, Kyle, why are we in Microsoft Word? Well, I want to talk about something called market segmentation, okay? How do we segment a market if we're doing product research, okay? What do I mean by that? Okay, well, every market can be broken down into different pools of customers that we might be looking at, okay? So let's say that we're looking at coffee, for instance, okay? This is going to be a technique that will work for, a lot of different products. That doesn't have to be something that's really competitive. It could be something that's non-competitive at all, but it also could work for something that is very competitive. I'm not advising one way or the other in terms of how you should select a product. Ultimately, that is up to you. I have my own parameters I look for. If you'd like to hear more about that, we can certainly make another video on that. But for the sake of this video, we're gonna utilize coffee. Okay, so coffee is a brutally competitive market, and you're gonna see that here in just a second. I mean, brutally competitive market, but the opportunity still could potentially be there in some of these type of markets, even if they are very competitive. How do we do that, though? How do we go about doing it? Well, first, we need to differentiate ourselves, and we need to figure out a way to make ourselves stand out. But ultimately, how do we do that? That's where the research part of this comes in, and that's why I would kind of consider this more of a product research type of thing, because we're researching product ideas, and then we're researching ways that we can segment that market and specifically go after one sub-niche of the larger niche. So let me break it down on here to make it make more sense. So if we look at coffee, what are the different types of clientele or customers that are buying coffee? Okay, some of them you have the people that just like the taste. Okay, so some people may just like the taste of coffee. Some people might do it because they want a hot beverage. Okay, some people might do it just because that's their ritual, their daily ritual. Some people might do it because they need the caffeine. I think, is that spelled right? Okay, cool. Some people may, that's good enough for right now. We're just going to stick with those four, okay? And I recommend doing this with any product you're selling, okay? Try to segment the market and figure out what makes those customers tick, okay? Because every market works like this, where you have a few different types of people, okay? Not everybody's going to be looking at a product for the same reason, okay? So, some people might like the taste of coffee. Okay, some people might want a hot beverage. Some people might want daily ritual, and that's what they do every day. Some people need the caffeine. You guys see where I'm going with this. Every market has different types of customers, and they want something for a different reason. So what you could do with a product like this, and I'm going to show you an example of a company that has done this very well, is they have segmented this market. Okay, they have taken this massively competitive market. I mean, just brutally competitive. Big players in the market. and they have figured out a way to carve out a specific niche within that market. They know that the overall market is big enough where even if they just go after a small subset of the market, even if they just only cater to one of these segments of the market, they can still do very, very well if they do their job and they make a good enough product. So I want to show you, with all this right here in mind, I want to show you, an example of this. So let's jump into Amazon. Okay, and here's the company right here. They're called Death Wish Coffee. Okay, their entire game plan is all predicated on being the world's strongest coffee. Okay, they've got the whole organic thing and all that type of stuff too, which is big. But their biggest thing is they are the world's strongest coffee. Okay, whatever that means. I'm not like a massive coffee drinker. I drink coffee, a couple times probably a week, maybe in the morning and stuff. But I'm not a coffee snob where I have to have like a specific blend or flavor or anything like that. Hey, I do it mainly for the caffeine myself. Now, in terms of world's strongest coffee, does that mean strongest in terms of extra caffeinated? Does that mean strongest in terms of bolder flavor? We'd have to read into it to see. But what I want to talk about real quick is what we were just saying in terms of taking a very large market and then just niching it down to specific customers. Okay, so if we look at the overall market for coffee, let's pull up. Oh, hold on a second, guys. All right, perfect, guys. So I just pulled it up here on Helium 10, and look at this. I mean, as I said, coffee is a massive, massive industry. I mean, uber competitive. Look at this. 25 million in total revenue just on this right here. I mean, that's insane. I mean, it's a huge market, and that's just per month. Okay, I mean, huge market. But what I want to show you is this. I mean, look at this really quick. This company that we were just talking about, Death Wish Coffee, they have successfully segmented this market to only go after a very, very specific clientele. Because I mean, here's the thing: not everybody is going to want the world's strongest coffee. They know that. Okay, they own that. They know that they're not going to sell to everybody. They might only sell to a small percentage of this overall market. But check this out. Okay, so you go down through here and it's like, oh man, Amazon owns the coffee market. I mean, they own the buy box for everything almost. And then you get over here and there's this one company right here that they can't really even pull the revenue on. So who knows, what that one's doing. But here we go. Death Wish Coffee. Okay, this is exactly who we were just talking about. Look at this. Over 300,000 in revenue just in the last 30 days as estimated by Helium 10, which if you're not using Helium 10, highly recommend it. They are tremendous at what they do. So, but with that being said, I mean, guys, 300,000, that is, I mean, what is that? What's the math on that? If they just average that per month, and I would bet you there's probably months where they're even higher than that, but just 300, I mean, I shouldn't say just 300,000, but $300,000 a month, they're doing over $3 million in sales in a ultra competitive market. Okay, $3 million per year in sales, and probably one of the most competitive markets you could possibly get into. Now, is that me advocating that you should go out there and find the most competitive market that you can and just do the same thing? No, I'm just showing you the opportunity that's there. Guys, this would work with any type of market, okay? You look at any type of product, and there is ways to segment the market on each one of those products. And again, if it's a large enough market, there's enough demand in it, is there a way that we can just cater to a specific niche within the niche, okay, and come out successful? They figured out a way to do that perfectly by only targeting very, very specific clientele. So I guess that's what I'm saying. End of the day, there are tons of different options and tons of different ways to be able to be successful and to be able to do this. You just have to look at ways to narrow that down. Every product that you're researching, is there a way that I can ultimately make my product either better, or is there a way that I can segment this market and cater to the right customer base and make the best product that I can possibly make for them? Because look, anybody that wants, the world's strongest coffee, I mean, look at their review count. Clearly, they get a lot of reviews. I mean, a lot more than some of these. They're kind of getting a raw deal a little bit too, because I mean, they're literally going against Amazon for everything. And of course, Amazon is going to give themselves the prime real estate, the prime show floor, if you will, or show space for any of the products. I mean, they're going to showcase their stuff more than anybody else does. But look at this. I mean, they all have thousands of reviews. I mean, obviously super competitive market and everything. But then we get down to where Death Wish is right here. Look at that. almost 33,000 reviews. I mean, they'll probably go over 33,000 reviews today. Okay. That is nuts. Okay. That's insane. And people love it. I mean, look at that. It's got a 4.7 star rating. People love it. They obviously have a lot of customers, and they probably are getting a ton of people that continually only buy from them because they love that coffee and that's the only thing they will drink. Okay. Guys, just another tool to add to your tool belt, another thing to look at when you're researching your products and you're vetting your products and figuring out ultimately what is the right product for me. Another thing to look at. Am I advocating that you do this for every single product? No, I'm not advocating you go into the most competitive market that you can find. I'm simply advocating that you look at the product objectively, you look at the market objectively, and figure out, is there a way that I can fit in there when we're doing this research. All right. So guys, with that being said, again, there you go. There's something that nobody is talking about, but I've seen it work time and time again if done properly. All right, guys, we'll see you in the next one.